morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm sitting in my in-laws house working on the artist way, and I just thought I'd show you a little bit about what I'm doing and the mess I'm making on this table. I hope that you guys are doing well, and I will see you in the next clip. We are, or if you noticed my background, we are at the skate park. I just spent some time at Barnes & Noble Cafè, and I got me, which is almost done. Of course, they spell my name wrong. Everyone spells it with an H, almost everyone, I should say. But I tried the dark caramel shaken espresso. It comes with oat milk. It's really, really good. It's got like some little crunch in there that just was amazing. So I'm almost done with that, but I spent some time there, which was awesome, because I've shared before about wanting to do the artist dates, and that was one of my artist dates. Now I didn't bring my hold on just a moment, let me
ignite the fairway.
Okay, I'm back. What my plan is one thing that I've been wanting to do for quite some time that I haven't quite yet figured out how I'm going to do this exactly, but I'm going to begin reading the Bible. Now, I know many of us who are consistent Bible readers, we will do like these Bible in a year plans, or chronological Bibles in the years, which I've done before. So I'm kind of, now that I said that, I may have to write this down and kind of decide how I want to do this. So my plan was, what I wrote down here was to do 2 chapters each video. And I was going to do, like, I'm not going to try to get this done in a year. I'm just not going to. I want to go slow through it. I've done the yearly ones. Now, if I decide to use the chronological Bible that I have one or two, I think, I'm not sure, that have been sent to me by Diana in the past. And one, I have it all marked up already and done and like highlighted and all this stuff. And I really enjoyed it. Now that one is an NLT, I believe. So now if I read that one, I still don't think that it'll be done in a year, because I would like to kind of just put them up twice a week, and that will just take a little longer, but I think I'm fine with that. I kind of want to go slow through it, because not only do I want to just read it, I also will be doing some Bible journaling. Now, if I use a chronological, I will probably use a journal, like an actual journal, something maybe like this, which is actually the perfect size for something like this, so I can, carry it with me easier. So Daiso, I may be coming back for you to go get some more of these. These are $2.25 there, and they're dot grid cream paper. I love them, and these ones are made in Japan. So, and it's a B6 size, so it's really good. It's kind of like some of the ones I've gotten at Walmart. I think this one's actually a little, maybe a tad bit bigger. I'm not sure. But if I do the chronological, like I said, I'll be doing journaling in here, and I'll share that in its own video. If I use my ESV interleaved, then I will show what I do inside that Bible. I'll do that. I'll probably share that anyway, because I'm going to be reading through that one at the same time, either way. So there'll be some Bible journaling videos as well. Now, when I do the Bible readings, I'm only going to read. I'm not going to discuss it. I'm not going to give my thoughts on it or anything. That will come with the Bible journaling video. So if I do just the 2 chapters a day, that would be 4 chapters a week. Then I will take what I gleaned from that, how it spoke to me, and share that in a video on its own. And what I may do is do that like once a week, just like after all the readings are done, and just like do that, or something along those lines. It just all depends, I guess, on what days I decide to do the readings and all of that. So that's one thing that I'll be doing. Now, if I do the chronological, it'll be the same thing. That one, I believe, is usually about 1 to 3 chapters a day, depending on what book of the Bible it's in at the time. And then it's also 1 psalm. I think it's a full psalm most of the time. I think unless we get into like the longer psalms, and it might be broken up into. And I believe there's a proverb in there as well. So that's why I really enjoyed that. So I'm toying with that idea. So this is just my video ideas here. So I will probably do another like whole hash out on paper for it. And the reason I did this is because it makes it so much easier to stick into my brain what I need to do. Now the next part is the journey to healing videos. Like in the past, I've done books that I've read and kind of shared that. I'll probably still do some of that, but I'm not going to do it in the exact same way I did it last time, like, going chapter by chapter in there, unless it's like one of those really like short books of devotional types or something like that, kind of like that. Oh geez, now I forgot the name of that book. Love Heals, I think it was called. If it's something like that, I may do a video each chapter, because I can keep those videos pretty short. But even at that, even if I do use another book, like a longer one, I'll probably still break it up into smaller chunks of video. Now, what that will entail, and that might be once a week of those videos, and those will include thoughts from the books that I'm reading. So most of these books are going to be like faith-based studies that I'm going through, because there's a couple that I have at home that I really want to reread now in this season of life, because I've done them before, and I think I need them now again. And then there'll be also things to do with health. So everything that I'm dealing with, as far as like chronic illnesses, maybe things on weight loss, and these will be the days that I do share like health updates, weigh-ins, things like that. And I did lose a little bit more. Normally on the scale at home that I use before my shower, I was going between 183 and 185, and like on scales at the doctor's office, I was going between 183 and 186, just back and forth, right? So yesterday, I believe, or is it this morning, I did weigh in, and it was 180. So that was like that was good. That was just like a confirmation that it's working still. Like I'm back on the losing weight trajectory. So that'll be in there. I'll probably share some things from my journals, like I've done in the past, where I did the chronic illness prompts that I did. So I may do something like that. And also, one of my goals, if I can figure this out, is go to a gym. Now, gyms are very expensive, so I don't, right at this point, there's no way to afford a gym membership. Now, there are day passes that may work for me. The only problem with that is, of course, if I want to make this a habit of going a couple times a week or something, I'll probably end up paying just as much, or have to miss sometimes. So I'm trying to figure that out. A lot of people say some insurances pay, mine does not. I thought it did, and it doesn't. So if I go, which I do really want to, because I think I need that to keep on this path of building muscle and all that stuff. So I'm really trying to figure that out. So if you'll keep that in prayer, that God will open some doors for me to be able to get a membership to one of the local gyms here in Santa Fe. Probably the one I'm looking at right now is the Travis Center, which is like the Santa Fe like community center type gym, because it has a pool. There's also a skate park in the back, so it's got like a lot of things, so I wouldn't have to just go by myself. Ben can go with me, and then we can go hang out at the skate park or whatever. So that, just keep that in prayer as well. Then I'm just trying to figure out my scheduling. So I'm looking at 3 to 4 times a week videos, possibly. I'm not sure. I'm still kind of working through that. Just because I'm going to be doing the Bible reading videos, that's for sure going to be twice a week already. They are going to be shorter, obviously, because it's just going to be reading. But then I have to throw in one of the journaling videos, and then, of course, the journey to healing. Now, we'll see how that goes. So that's what I'm saying about 4 times a week. And it might be that I'll do journaling videos twice a month and something like that. And the other thing that I wanted to share in this, because this is something I'll be working on. Finally, I'm getting back to this. So that'll be another somewhere added in here, which I'm really thinking of adding this to my journey to healing videos on the once a week. I know there's some people getting here behind me. I was just like, well, somebody parked right like behind me on a bike, and I was like, what's going on? So I got this one a while back at Daiso as well, and it's so cute. I love this little Hello Kitty. I have no idea what some of these other characters are, but I liked the book. It's thin. The only thing I didn't like is it's lined, but they're real faint lines. I did get another one at that same time, thinking it was because it was a dot grid. It's a lefty notebook. I'm not a lefty, obviously. My husband is, though, but I don't think I like a cutesy little purple notebook. But it's going to be a little more interesting to use. But I think it's a dot grid, so it might not. What's going to annoy me is that the cover is this, in the back, right? So I might just try doing it with the lefty. What I might even do is try writing with my left hand sometimes. I've done that once. I know it's not great, but something to work on, like, get your brain going. So anyway, that notebook is going to be used with this. Now, about November of 2024, I believe, is when I started sharing some Artist Way videos. And so I'm going to go back and watch those myself and see where I was at and see what is going, where I'm at now, I guess, in that. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, those ones were just on the basic principles, like the intro, the basic principles, and or basic tools, I guess is what it was. And I don't remember if I did week 1 recovering a sense of safety. Now, I didn't reread that this time around. I just kind of went over it, skimmed through it, and all that. So I'm going to look to see if I find the notebook that I was using at that time for the tasks. Because each week we have 10 tasks and then a check-in. So I'm not sure which ones of these I did. I don't know that you need to do them all. I guess you can, but for what I'm going to do this time around is I'm going to pick a few of them out of the 10, work on those, and then if one day I'm going to reread this, maybe I'll pick the other ones, or after I've gone through this one time, I may not reread it fully, but like skim back through it again, go through my notes, and work on the other tasks. So where I'm at right now is in recovering a sense of identity. I just finished that chapter this morning this afternoon at the Cafè at the bookstore at Barnes & Noble. So I did a video, I believe, kind of sharing up to a point of where I was at last time. So I'm going to go through that video as well and see where I was at, see if it's still relevant, because the problem with the way I've been doing my videos this whole time and the way I do life, I just kind of jump into it. I don't make notes. I don't really do any kind of thing. So that's kind of where this is going to come into play. This is going to be my bullet journal to keep at least part of what I'm going to be sharing in mind, so that I don't repeat myself too often or anything like that. But I don't want to make it too mechanical either, because that's just not me. So that's just what I'm kind of working on, tweaking and all of that stuff. So I'm going to look at the video I did and share some of the things that I'll be working on. So I didn't take a whole lot of notes in this. Well, I did in here, but I noticed when I got to the area of towards the end of page 49, where it was towards the end of the crazy makers, I kind of filled up the margins here, which I'm still writing in them. I still did more, but what I'm going to do is when there's something that really stands out to me, I'm using this. So these are like my notes for that one, and I'm using purple pen, and I lost my purple highlighter, so I'm gonna have to go find one, or it might be in my stuff somewhere, but I used a darker purple one. And the only thing I don't like about that is that if perchance I highlight a little off and I go over the word, it's kind of dark, and sometimes it's like, I don't know, it just kind of bothers me. And the lighter one, I can see right through it, but I don't know what happened to it, and I'm gonna run out of, a lot of my highlighters are running out of ink, so I need to get more. The ones I use most often are the mid liners or mild liners, something like that. I don't know, let me see. I think I have one in here. As a matter of fact, it's the one that I'm using now because I lost the lighter one, so it is a mild liner. And there's zebra, double-ended, so you have the bold and the fine. So I'm using that. These are like my purple pens that I've shared before. So I've been using purple to write in there. And so I picked a couple of tasks today that I decided to do, which were 3 and 4. So this was like writing a list of 20 things you enjoy doing. And then from that list, you pick 2 to do in the week. So that should be pretty fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go back to my video right now before it's edited, because it's supposed to be, I think it's the next one I'm supposed to edit. So maybe I should sit here and edit that video, and then I will finish and kind of hopefully have just one full video just on week 2. What I'm, or it might be more actually, because the tasks won't actually be done until the end of the week. So I may do more videos, like 2 videos on each chapter. One giving you like just going over my thoughts and all of that, and then one doing some of the tasks. Or I may just keep it all and, put it all together in one video, which might make it kind of long, but I don't know. I'm going to play with that as well. So these are just, I just wanted to get on here and like kind of hash out a little bit about what I'm going to be doing with the channel, because I do want to be more intentional with what I'm sharing, how I'm sharing it, and hopefully I will be able to get a new tripod piece where I don't have to use my hair tie over it to hold the phone on. And I also need a piece, or maybe a whole new the tripod that you can attach to the desk, and it kind of does the overview. It's the one with the arm. For some reason, mine didn't come with this a certain piece where it holds the phone that it goes over, so the phone just does this. There's no way to tighten it because that piece is not there, and I have not for the life of me found it anywhere. I thought maybe I lost it when I opened it, but I cannot find it. So that's another investment. And I do want to invest in better microphones, because I noticed with these ones that I have now, which are great if I'm inside, or if there's absolutely no wind, because if there's a little bit of wind, it's so loud, even with the little cover, because I have one of those little, I don't know what they're called, but they're these little things. So there's that, and of course these ones. But they just pick up a lot of the wind and I can't figure out how not to do that. And so those are some of the things that I'm hoping to do. So if you'll keep some of that stuff in prayer for me, like the all the things, to keep focused, to keep, doing the, get in a more consistent manner of doing these videos, and just like being finding my, I don't want to say my style, but more just finding that balance. Of course, for the gym situation, and just that will be able to invest in some of these things that I will need for the channel. Because right now we are looking at a huge chunk of money going to car repairs. They're not like immediate, I've got to do them today, but I've got to do at least one of them within the next few weeks, because the check engine light went on. And since then we've had it checked and it needs some work, and it's going to be pretty expensive. So I'm just hoping that we can get that done, so that I can continue doing these fun things, doing the artist dates, going out and hanging out at coffee shops, doing the fun things, coming to the skate park with my husband, and just being able to get out of the house, because I isolate a lot if I get in my head too much. So all that being said, I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. God bless you. Bye.